Rico. You're going to have the honor to meet one fine gentleman this evening. So we're structuring this very differently. For Puerto Rico, we don't want to seem like we're coming in from the mainland to try to run in Puerto Rico. This is built for Puerto Rico by people in Puerto Rico. It's La Familia, let's see how bad I can mess this up, Alejandro. La Familia Libre. Okay, so we're coming there as family. We are partnering with local companies who are taking us to a whole new level, and everything that you're going to find, all the work that we've been doing to get our websites and all collateral material in Spanish couldn't have been timed better, because now we're making it happen. And I'm going to introduce you to the first gentleman who's going to take us into this market. Alejandro, honored to have you on this evening. So if you would, sir, introduce yourself, tell us about your amazing company and one of the financing options that we're opening up with you today.
Sure thing. Thank you, Charles. I'm really honored to be part of this group. I've been working in solar in Puerto Rico for a long time, and the solar market in Puerto Rico has gone through a lot of changes. It's a very active market, as you guys know. I don't know if you've heard that, for example, Puerto Rico is the territory where most Tesla's battery are installed, which is very interesting for being such a small place. So Puerto Rico, it's a perfect market for solar, but it has gone through many changes, especially with financing options, and I believe that now with this partnership that we're doing, we can continue reaching a lot of the market that has not been served yet. So just very quickly, for you guys to know who my company is and who I am, because I believe it's very important if you're going to be, as Charles was saying, it's important to create a relationship with the client, not only to sell solar, but to sell other services. So if you're going to sell a service, you need to be sure that the company that's going to service what you sell, they know what they're doing, and they're reputable, and they're gonna make you look good in front of the client, so you can get other businesses or get referrals. So very quickly, my company Resolient was incorporated in 2019. I've been in the industry since 2010. In Puerto Rico, there's a chapter of SEIA, which is basically the same as SIA in the US, but with the A after. For SEIA is for storage. So I've been involved in the solar business in Puerto Rico for a long time. I used to have another company with a couple of partners that we sold, and then I created Resolient on my own. And and I live for solar, and I love what the Commonstead is doing, because I believe the future is not only solar, it's what Charles and everybody has been saying. We need to create a relationship with the homeowner, and then get that homeowner to be comfortable to use us their provider for every home services that they would need. So I believe that's super important. One of the best things that Resolient has done in Puerto Rico in the past years is that we have been installing solar in Puma and Texaco gas stations. We have done 100 stations so far. So that's for us, that's a very good milestone. There's nobody in Puerto Rico that has done a project with 100 different sites, which, as you guys know, it's a challenge for solar. And not only that, I always talk about the Puma and Texaco project, because that's not all that Resolient does, but the safety and the quality requirements that you need to do or meet when you do gas stations is very high. It's almost higher than a pharmaceutical company. So, I always say this because my teams and my company has raised to quality and service and safety levels with this project that we probably would have not done that if it wasn't because of this. So I am proud to say that we are, we've done 100 stations. We never had an incident. We never had a safety issue. So we're very proud of this. So now we want to bring all this experience to the residential market, and that's why we're here today. So thank you, Charles. So Sombida, yeah, I don't know how much you know about financing in Puerto Rico, but probably you have a little bit of idea. As you guys knows, Sonova was the biggest financer, and they went bankrupt. And then Sunrun was the second, but then Sunrun changed all the requirements, and that affected a lot of the sales. So in between all that, Sombida was created by local investors, and Sombida, what they bring to the table, which is very interesting, is that it's not necessarily a financing option. It's a marketplace for financing. Okay, and just let me explain what that means. Sunrun has, a 25-year lease. Sonova has a 25-year, or used to have a 25-year lease or loan. Sombida has different options. They have negotiated with local co-ops, which in Puerto Rico we call cooperativas, and local co-ops in Puerto Rico have a lot of power. The banking world in Puerto Rico shrunk from like 20 banks to five, and then co-ops, they took all that, the remaining volume, and co-ops are very important in Puerto Rico. So what Sombida does is that they have gathered a group of co-ops, and then they have their own financing. So when you submit a product to Sombida, depending on the client's FICO score, they will give you options that can go from a 10-year loan in a co-op, to a 15-year loan in a co-op, to a 20-year loan in a co-op, or to a 25-year loan, which is then Sombida's loan with the investors, which will be the equivalent of, a Sunrun or a Sonova. So that's something different in the market that we didn't have. And in Puerto Rico, salespeople never wanted to deal with the 10, 15, 20-year loans in a co-op, because the process to get signed or whatever, it would take 30, 45 days, and we all want to get paid quickly. But what Sombida has done is to take ownership of the process, and now a 10, 15, 20-year loan in a co-op can be approved and processed in 5 days. So that's something that I like a lot. And the other thing that I like about Sombida is that they allow to finance only solar. Okay, and you might say, for you guys that live in the States, you might say, yeah, that's not. But in Puerto Rico, at least for what I know, Sunrun and Sonova and Inium and Solrite and Palmetto and all the companies that I have worked with, they always wanted, or they always required, to be solar and storage. And Sombida is one of the first companies that is saying, hey, we can do solar only. And the reason for that is that there's a market in Puerto Rico, uh, for people in maybe like a middle to high income rate, that maybe they don't really need a battery, and they didn't have a way to finance solar only before. Or the other option is that there's some people that, yes, they need solar and storage, but they need to go step by step, right? So it's better to sell them solar first and then add storage, than to tell them, hey, you don't qualify for solar and storage right now because of your income or your credit. So I find that also very interesting. So we are we are very happy. Zombida has 6 partners in Puerto Rico. Resolling is one of them. Uh, they're not planning to add many more. So we are, you know, we are lucky that we have this product that is growing and that is very good. One also, sorry that and Charles, tell me if I'm running out of time.
You're
I,
good. You're good.
I was gonna put my plug and I forgot. And another good thing that I like about Zombida is that they name the price of the system once you enter the information in their platform. So uh, no other partner can have an advantage in pricing. Everybody has the same price, and that leads to good sales and and for referrals, etc. So the platform is very easy to use. You don't need to design the system when you are quoting as you had to do in Sondron, whatever. So it's very nice. So that's it. I mean, this, yeah, I just for you guys to know that I that I've been doing this
So
for a long time.
share about your successes.
After Hurricane Maria, I was a very essential part of the reconstruction process in Puerto Rico, and I was featured in the Wall Street Journal as you're seeing there. And then the next slide, also in the USA Today, I was like the face of the solar reconstruction in Puerto Rico. So I love this business, and I've been focusing more on commercial than residential because of my gas station project. But I have known, or I met Charles a while ago, and Rhino, his partner, and I've been looking for a group of people to help me on the sales side, and I believe I've come to the right place. So looking forward, for working together, and just be sure that any solar system that you sell in this program, it's gonna be in good hands. We're gonna install it with the same safety and quality standards as we do a gas station, and and we really want to grow the market with you guys. There's a big opportunity now because Sonoma living and Sunrun changing things. Everybody's scrambling in Puerto Rico and they don't know what to do. So I think we have the opportunity to really drive and become leaders in the market. And this last slide is just an example. Zombida is currently using two storage systems. One is Tesla and the other one is Fortress. So this is just an example of an offer that they released, which is 10 panels, which is basically the smallest size that Zombida likes to do. It's 10 panels. So it's 4.45 kilowatts. And then a Fortress battery, the new eBoost Fortress battery, which I love, is 16 kilowatt hours. And the monthly payment starts at 173. A similar product with a Tesla battery, the monthly payment actually goes up a little bit. It's like 180 something. And I will give you guys, all the offers, in future presentations. But I just wanted you guys to see an example of what we are promoting.
Thank you so much, Alejandro. We're super excited to be partnered with you and everything that you delivered. I mean, I love just the integrity that you operate under, as well as Sinvita. I love the transparency that they operate. In fact, what I'm going to shift to here is the economics. And this is something that I'd hope to see come throughout the entire industry. They don't pay like the red line model that those who are in the solar space are familiar with.
Yep.
It's paid based upon 10% of retail. And I love the fact that the pricing is transparent. It's across the board, so no one's going to come in and try to undercut and do things that are out of ethics, unethical, I should say. So if you're a connector and you're just getting started, the average commission is about $6,000. If you look at the full battery and solar deal, yes, we can do solar only as well, but the average solar plus battery is about $6,000. You start as a connector, that means you get half of that commission. The pro gets the other half, and the pro, if it takes it all the way through, gets the full 10%. We have set aside percentages for team builders as well. So if you are building a team, you can anticipate an average of $600 override for anyone you directly refer. And we'll have 2 levels of overrides there. So team builders, this is heaven for you in Puerto Rico. It's a phenomenal opportunity. And this is the beginning for us. This is our first entry into the market. We do have other options that are coming through. So those who want to work with other lending partners, we have that. Our second partner will be introduced on the next town hall. We wanted to lead with what we know the market needs today, and that's Alejandro, and that's the wonderful program with Sunvita. So Alejandro, thank you, sir, for trusting us and partnering with us. I look forward to our first live event in July when we'll come out there and just be part of the community. That's what it's all about. So thank you, sir. Honored to have you here and honored to work with you.
You're welcome. Looking forward.
And here's some of the other examples. Through our whole network, these are the financing options we have. You will see that we now in Puerto Rico will have, in addition to Sunvita, in the next few weeks, we'll have HDM. So you have a no FICO program. We have the ability to do light reach. So you're going to find anything that you need in Puerto Rico, we will have that. And we have the partners working together. Going back to that collaboration as opposed to competition, right? The other partner, Alejandro knows very well. We're working together as opposed to trying to create competition between each other. It's a wonderful way to take and build that community. So again, thank you so much.